Hi, welcome back to another video. I just wanted to have a relaxing video and, I don't know, draw some birdies. Because I love drawing birds. Yeah, I don't really have much of a plan for this voiceover. I just don't like doing voiceovers that much. I don't think I'm very good at it, but I always like how other people do voiceovers in their videos, so I will just have to pull through and try to learn how to do proper voiceovers. So yeah, sorry if this is going to be really chaotic and messy, but you can always turn off the sound and I don't know, listen to your own music while you watch this. But yeah, anyway, I'm drawing a bird. As you can see, I'm going to draw 4 birds in total. I don't know what this bird is called in English. Let me just really quickly look it up. Google Translate, excuse me. Oh, it's a jay. Oh, this is a jay. I've heard of jay as that being a bird, but I never knew that it was this bird. Okay, well, this is a jay. I always really like their tiny blue feathers. I've collected a few over the years from finding them in the forest, and I think they're really pretty. But yeah, I don't know. I at first wanted to have a really in-depth explanation of how I usually draw things in general, but I don't think this video is gonna be that video because I don't know, you can just see me draw it, but I should just probably draw and explain things at the same time if I want to do that. So maybe I'll do a video like that in the future. For now, you can just enjoy watching me draw. The reason I don't like doing voiceovers is because I just struggle with talking. I mean, for a lot of my voiceovers in my videos, I don't really plan it out that much. I don't really write a whole script. I don't really practice it that much. I usually just watch the whole video and in my head I'm like thinking of things to say, and then I press record and then I just say that. So it's always a little bit messy and chaotic, and in general I just think I don't always speak very clearly, and I also don't think my voice is very nice to listen to. It's not a bad voice, it's just not like the most comfortable voice to listen to, I think. But yeah, I should just get over it and practice, because the more I practice, the better I get at it. And I do like voiceovers in videos, so I should just practice it. I already said this in the beginning, right? I'm repeating myself. Okay. I don't know what to say about this drawing that I'm doing. Maybe I can talk about the materials that I'm using. So I'm using these faber-castell, what are these called? Polychromos colored pencils, and I love these so much. They're just really soft and vibrant, and it's just really comfortable to draw with. And the sketchbook that I'm using is a Sakura something sketchbook. I'll put it in the description. But the paper is really smooth and soft. So together with these pencils, it just works really well for me. I don't really like paper that's really textured. I mean, I do kind of like using that for watercolors, but for like pencils and markers, I prefer this type of paper. It's taking me also just so long to fill this sketchbook, because I currently have 3 sketchbooks. One is really small, I don't use it very often, but the other one is really big, and I like using that sometimes as well. I also paint in that one sometimes, and that paper is a bit more textured, so it's a bit more comfortable to paint and then to draw in with like colored pencils. But yeah, that's why it's taking me so long to fill this sketchbook. I'm pretty close to finishing it. I have like, let's see, maybe a fifth that I still need to fill. So I'm getting close, but it's sorry, it's taking a long time. I just don't want to finish a sketchbook just so I can film a sketchbook tour. I should just take my time with it and have fun with it, because that's really important for me in art. By the way, I have no idea what kind of bird I'm drawing. I just found it on Pinterest. It's really cool. It's a really pretty bird. But yeah, I didn't have any dark blue, so I had to mix the blue that I did have with black and purple. And I really like the purple added to it because it kind of shows through. It creates this layered effect, and I really like that. But yeah, pretty cool bird. I've never seen it in real life, so I'm guessing it doesn't live where I live. And here a little intermezzo, because watching me draw is a little bit boring sometimes. So here's my cat. She always wants to be the center of attention. So yeah, it was easy to film. And right now we have a lot of, I mean, what you see right now are bugs, but we also have a lot of these tiny white fluffy seeds that come from trees. You can see it in this clip. And it looks pretty in the evening, but it gets everywhere, so that's really annoying. And on to the third bird, which is, again, I don't know what bird this is. Yeah, put it in the comments if you know, because I have no idea. I've painted this type of bird before, but not this exact reference. But it's funny because I don't know if these birds particularly like these types of berries, but the painting that I did of this type of bird also was on a branch of red berries, so that's funny, I think. I really like the colors of this bird. I don't know, it's really soft and almost pastel, but a little bit darker. And I really like that. So as you can see, I'm trying to get the colors right and just to make the bird kind of look like the picture, but I never really tried too hard to make it look exactly like the picture, because I just think that's so boring to draw like super realistic. I don't know, it's super impressive when people can do like hyper realistic drawings or paintings, but I just find it, I'm so sorry, but I just find it the most boring way of making art. Like, it's impressive, but to me that's all it is. It's not really that creative, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion, so if you don't agree, that's totally fine. I remember when I was younger and I would just spend hours drawing something to make it look perfect, and it never was perfect. I just kept working on it, and it just kept not looking right. And I just didn't like that. It just did not make me happy. So now I just I don't even try to make it look perfect anymore, and it takes away a lot of pressure or something. So now I can enjoy my art a lot more. I mean, in general, art is just a hobby for me. I don't do it for a living. I don't go to art school or whatever. Art is just for me, so why would I have to make art that doesn't make me happy? Also, the way that I used to draw, I would just start, I don't know, in like the top left corner, and then as a printer, I would just draw everything, and then in the end I would see that it just didn't look good, that the proportions were way off, for example. But because I already had spent so much time working on it with all the shading and the textures and the colors, I was just too tired to fix it. But because if your proportions are off, it will look like shit. No matter how good you are with shading and coloring in, it will just not look good. So I've really learned to start a drawing really loosely and try to get the whole picture on there really quickly, so I can see where things go and how big things should be, and if I should make things smaller or bigger, or just, I don't know, remove them or something. And because I just make it really quickly, it doesn't matter if I have to erase it and do it again, because yeah, it didn't take me that much time, so it's not that hard to do it again. If that makes any sense. And now I've noticed that I can get proportions right a lot better, and the whole drawing just looks 10 times better, even though right now I don't really focus that much anymore on getting the textures perfectly like the reference picture or the shading or whatever. If your proportions look good, your drawing or your painting or whatever you're doing will also just look so much better. So if you're if you're a beginner and you don't know what to do, you don't know what to focus on, first of all, just have fun with it. Just do whatever you want. And second of all, try to really practice getting proportions right. And you can do this by, maybe I should just do a separate video on these types of tips, because yeah, it's gonna be a long explanation otherwise. But basically just try to simplify everything first, and then make it more detailed and bigger and more refined. So always start small and then go to big, basically. Just like the short explanation of it. I think I'll make a separate video on how I learned to draw and how I draw now, and what tips to avoid if you're a beginner. Maybe I'll do that someday. I'm so busy with school. Yeah, but that's life, I guess. After this, I'm gonna take a gap year because I'm so tired. And I also just want to travel. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't like travel the whole world. Oh, here's my cat again. She just wants attention 24/7, and she often does this. She will just get on my desk and sit here and then rest on my arm. Yeah, it's cute, but also a bit annoying. I mean, we have another cat, but you never see her in any videos because she is not as much of an attention whore as this one is. To make the crow, I didn't want to just use black. I thought that would look really flat compared to the other really colorful birds. So I used brown and purple and a little bit of blue, yeah, to like color it in, and also some black here and there still. But like, if you look at the reference picture, which is not very visible through my phone, through the lens, but basically there are more colors than just black in a crow. Even though, you know, if you see a crow, you're like, oh, that's black, but there's more colors in it. So I always try to really investigate it, and to make it look more interesting, I just use different colors. And it just creates so much more depth in it, I think. It's, I don't know, it just makes it a lot more interesting in my opinion. I'm starting to run out of things to say in this voiceover. I'm surprised that I managed to even say this much. As I told you before, I don't write a script for my voiceovers because I am too lazy to do that. And I'm also worried that if I write a script, it'll not come out as a natural conversation. I mean, I'm not having a conversation because nobody's talking back, but I just don't want to sound robotic and make it sound as if it's scripted. So yeah, instead you'll just get a really chaotic and messy voiceover from me. So really sorry for that. But yeah, what can you do? I'm almost done with this drawing. I really don't have anything else to say, so thank you so much for watching and getting this far in the video. I'm impressed. Most people don't get this far, they just like stop after 2 minutes. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to make it a bit more interesting by adding some clips at the beginning and in between, and adding a sort of interesting voiceover. And yeah, this is the end result. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really good. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, maybe subscribe if you want to, and leave a like and a comment. And yeah, I'll see you in one of my next videos. So bye!